this was one of the most staggering cases that I've ever come across. And I think it turned out to be the biggest win that I've ever had. This lady sort of had a dream life. She was sort of living in a £2 million house, working in public relations, had the family, living the dream. She then went through a divorce, and she also had Parkinson's disease, which is an awful, awful illness. And she was on this horrible medication called ropinirole. And that has a few very strange side effects. One of them is it can cause people to have a much higher sex drive. It can cause people to sort of have a bigger risk profile, so to gamble where they wouldn't normally, or sort of take risks and be, irresponsible where normally they'd be a completely responsible person. And unfortunately for her, it was the latter. She sort of had this extra appetite for risk, and she responded to an advert where this company said, invest £250 and you can make some money. And she got sucked into that. And over the course of 5 years, she gave them £829. She believed
£829,000.
£829,000. Yeah, so nearly £1 million.
Wow.
And that was like money from her divorce settlement. And she believed she was going to be given an annuity that would give her £20,000 a month for the rest of her life. But obviously it was a complete scam, and this person got away with all the money. She then complained to her bank, Barclays, and they kind of pushed her away. And she just sat on this for a really long time. She was deteriorating in health. She was struggling to pay the bills, food on the table, like that level of poverty, basically. She had nothing. And she reached out to me, and the letter that she sent me wasn't particularly coherent. It was handwritten. I looked at it and I sort of thought, I don't know what's behind this, but this person's not okay. And I spoke to her and sort of got the story and went to Barclays. And the way that I approached it was I got her to get a doctor's note to prove that she was on this medication. Obviously, kind of like talking to her at length, figured out that she was on this medication. She wasn't forthcoming with it all. I had to kind of extract it all out of her. She would never in a million years have thought to tell Barclays that she was on this medication. But because I knew how Barclays assesses these cases and how to get people their money back from scams, because I know the processes that the bank used, I made sure that I extracted all the information from her that Barclays needed to see in order to refund the £829,000. So she got all her money back in the end. Wow. And she just couldn't believe it. I mean, to her, this was the difference between having a secure roof over her head, having the care that she needed to for the rest of her life, dealing with the Parkinson's. Like, she was needing proper care at this point and not being able to afford it. So, she still messages me sometimes to kind of check in, and she's just so grateful. She just couldn't believe it.
You're like a financial superhero.
If you want to hear some more stories about how Katie Morley helps scam victims, then just click right here.